Better This Production, and today I want to speak about my anime journey. As you guys can tell just by looking at my YouTube channel, I love movies, and I've always loved movies since a kid. I love comic books, I love books in general. I just love anything that has to do with creativity, storytelling, etc. But for whatever reason, I could not get into anime. Now, maybe it was for a couple reasons, as maybe it was the recommendations my friends were giving me I didn't like. Maybe it was the stigma of, if you watch anime. When I was in high school, there was the stigma that if you watch anime, you're kind of a weirdo. You're a loner. You're just a plethora of words that just make you not want to watch anime in the first place. In the big year of 2025, I started my anime journey. In the past, I have dabbled. I tried getting into it. I watched Cowboy Bebop. I watched Samurai Champloo because I did like Cowboy Bebop, but I didn't think it was like the best thing in the world. I did like Samurai Champloo way better though, and I did watch of Demon Slayer, and I did not enjoy that show. I think Demon Slayer is probably what did it in for me. I didn't enjoy that. That was the most popular, at least when I was recommended it. The first season was like the best show, and I got to episode 15. I think I just couldn't get through it, and that's like a shonen, right? Wasn't a big fan. And what really did me in was around the end of last year, I was told to watch Neon Genesis as it's really philosophical. It tackles topics that I really do enjoy, even in movies itself, about what it means to be human and something that I just enjoyed. I thought I don't know if I like mechas, but I like Pacific Rim. So I gave this show a chance and I really did not enjoy it. I forced myself to watch it. February 2025, something happened. I watched a show that changed my mind and made me fall in love into anime. It made me see what all you guys see that love anime. I finally understood. And that show is called Tora Dora. Now, people who have watched that show are probably saying, whoa, what a weird show to get into and make you fall in love with anime, right? And I agree. At the time, I had a fight coming up, and I just really wanted. I think that weekend, I had a fight coming up, and I was dealing with the weight cut. I was dealing with the pressure, the stress, and for whatever reason, I just looked up anime I could fall asleep to, and boom, Toradora came into my suggestions. So I'm like, you know what? It was on Amazon. It was free. I mean, it wasn't free. I paid for Amazon Prime, but it was on Amazon. I was there, and I clicked it. And I watched it, and I was hooked off rip. I love these characters. I love Yuji, and I love Taiga. I love the relationship. I love where it was going. I love the idea. The first episode hooked me in because you started to see that there was gonna be this kindling a relationship where at first, literally in the beginning of the episode, they don't like each other, and it was actually super funny. Like it really caught me off guard with the humor. I didn't know I could laugh this much in the anime. Usually, all the animes I watched prior were not really the funniest. They're really serious, and I'm watching this rom com, and I'm just head over heels for it. I loved it. I love the music, especially the winter arc. The Christmas arc was the by far the best part of the show, especially when well, I don't want to talk about spoilers, but the most famous part of the music, I think it's called Broken Pieces or Pieces of Broke, something like that. And it hits, and Tyga is realizing something, and she's running and she's crying and stuff like that, and oh, it's so good. And I love that show. Now that was the catalyst for what would become months and months of just me watching nonstop anime. I'm here to answer the question, is anime good? And the answer is yes, because I know a lot of ignorant people, especially a lot of my friends that don't like anime, and I'm here to tell you why y'all should watch it and why I like it personally. And since February, I've watched 24 anime shows. And today I'm just going to talk a little bit about the ones I really enjoyed and the ones maybe that were kind of mid or maybe I did enjoy, and I'm going to rank them. That will be today's video. I've actually ranked all this anime that I've seen from best to worst, number 1 to number 29. Let's break it down. Here is the list. As you can see. Now, my number 1, spoilers, I think when I was talking about it, I even said it was my favorite, Attack on Titan. All the praise I gotta give it for is just the storytelling. Everyone told me before I watched the show the storytelling was immaculate, and it was. Shout out to my friend Emmanuel. That fool always telling me, you gotta watch, you gotta watch, you gotta watch, you gotta watch it. Because I'm not the biggest fan of like long, as you can see in all these shows that listed. I'm not the biggest fan of long anime. Maybe that's why I can't really watch One Piece. It's not because I have a squirrel's short attention span. It's just because I have a life. Like I can't dedicate hours and hours and hours of thousands of episodes. That's fucking ridiculous. So I'm gonna watch more short seasonal anime. And number 1 is Attack on Titan. Then number 2 Toradora, the one that started it all. And don't call it nostalgia because it just happened. Not even recency bias because all these I just watched recently. Out of all that, number two is Toradora. I love that show, love the characters. I want to go for a rewatch, but in English dub, as I heard, the English dub is also great. Yeah, I just love Taiga. I love Yuji. I love all the characters. I love how they all come together as friends, and we learn a lot about sacrifice in a group, about sacrificing love and sacrificing time. Oh, I wish I could talk more about the show. I'm gonna do a video about that. Number three, Mob Psycho. These three literally, and any other day could be flipped from one, two, three. Three could be one, two could be one. I love Mob Psycho. I just love everything about the show. I love that the creative animation style changes within. I love how funny it is. I just love everything about it. Okay, it's good. It's fun. Number four, Orb Movements of the Earth. The reason Orb is number four is because it's a done story. Yeah, I think the anime is finished, and I think the books is finished, the manga's finished. So I can't really give 100% assessment on Firin, even though I love it just as much as Orb because it's not done. You know, who knows? What if I hate the next season? You know, God forbid. It's not like that happen. But that's one is number five, and then Lovers War is number six. Lovers War is probably the second best rom com to me behind Toradora. I love Kaguyama and her relationship with all of her friends, and it's just super cute and super fun, and it's just a great time. And then Spy Family for number seven, and I find it's just more of a comfort show, and I could just put it on and just go to sleep in it, and just it talks about family, and even if you don't have a family, you could literally create one from just the people that you know and the people around you that you care about. Then number eight is Mashal, comedy, right? You can make me laugh, especially in a second language. I don't know what to tell you. You did a great job. Then number nine is Dandadan. I love the creativity, love the animation. I can't wait for season two. It's dropping right now as we speak, so I'm excited about that. Number 10, Villain Saga is that good. Gotta watch it. 11, Samurai Champloo. The reason Samurai Champloo is 11 is because I want to go back and watch it again. I think I just wasn't in the mindset to watch anime, and I still liked it then. So I gotta go back. I gotta go back and watch it. Number 12, Delicious in Dungeon. I can't wait for season two. That's all I'm gonna say. Place Further Than the Universe made me cry, and like I said before, there's nothing else better than make me feel an emotion as sadness, and it made me cry because of joy, actually, not even from being sad. Then we got Psychopaths. This is the last show I literally just finished watching today, and I thought that was a bit monologue heavy and a bit too philosophical for its own good. But what it was trying to say, I really did enjoy, and I really thought it was really thought provoking. And then number 15, Elfen Light. I didn't talk about this, but this was the first anime I've ever actually saw, and I really did enjoy it. I watched it on YouTube for free. It was recommended to me from WatchMojo.com, and I love horror, so I just looked up top 20 horror, whatever, and then WatchMojo's at the time the most famous one on the top 10 list. And then Elfen Light came up, and I watched it, and I thought it was a great show. And then number 16 is Phoebe Flora Ice Song. Then the 17 Devilman Crybaby. The reason the 17 not higher is because how depressing that ending is. And I understand it's the perfect ending, but damn, like I don't think I could ever rewatch that show. Number 19, I mean number 18, number 18, Death Parade. Uh Great, small, 13 episodes. As you can see, is a trend for me that I just short, brief. You get to the point, it tells a great story. This is a super underrated. I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this. Number 19, Land of the Lustrous. Also great, but you never. It's been like almost 10 years, and we're not gonna get a second season. It seems so. How it could get, it's 19. Number 20, Tatami Galaxy. So I mentioned this a little bit, but this is also from the director of Devilman Crybaby, and this is more of a different show. It's more of a kind of groundhog type show, and I don't really get too deep into it because it is kind of a deep show. But it's basically this guy getting multiple chances to be with this girl. Well, at least what his life would be if he joined a different club. So like he joins like a bike club at one point. He joins a aviation club or people that steal helicopters. I forgot what planes. I don't know. It's a weird show. And his friend is like maybe Lucifer. I think I don't know. It's weird. 21 is Paranoid Agent. I did enjoy it, but it is a bit weird. It is a bit odd. I need to do more research. I need to watch it again. It's one of those shows. Then Heavenly Delusion, which I'm upset that I put Heavenly Delusion at 22. I really enjoy Heavenly Delusion. I really like the soundtrack. Then I got Cowboy Bebop. I didn't really talk too much about the show, but I did enjoy it, and I do want to watch it again. It is a classic. Just not my most favorite cup of tea, and I do love the artistic animation direction it went. I want to watch it again. I do. I need to watch it again. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years. And then I watched Cyberpunk Edge Runner. Another one, Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Another one I didn't talk about, but I did watch it last year, right before I played the game. This show actually made me want to play the game. And man, fuck at him, bro. Odd Taxi. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I think 20 to 25 could all be rotated within each other. All kind of this. They're not bad. I'm now look. These are in the lower of my list. That doesn't mean they're bad. I actually enjoy these. I haven't watched a lot of anime to say that I've watched. I don't think any anime I watched is bad. I just think that I watch so much great that these just go below those. They're just not as great as the ones in front of them. These are all four out of 5 stars though. All these. Gurren Lagann, not the biggest fan. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe I was in the mindset. I don't know. I had to force myself to finish this. And some episodes were great. I ain't gonna lie, some episodes were great. Some of the characterization was amazing. I do love the first 7 episodes were actually amazing. And I think there was a lull in between 7 to like 14. And it picked back up during the time skip. Melancholy of Huri Suzami, whatever it's called. Now, I heard this is 2 seasons, but it was put into 1 season, and I unfortunately watched both seasons without knowing what Endless Eight was. Now, if you don't know what Endless Eight is essentially the same episode 8 times. And I did that. I watched it because I'm just a masochist, and I don't know why I did it. Literally, the episode is the same episode with different camera angles, I guess you could say. But it's literally the same dialogue, literally the same story, and it's just told 8 times because the main character is stuck in a loop, and it's literally the same episode 8 times. Now, I could have easily just went to the end, to the last episode. Watch the first episode and then went to the last episode, and I would have got the same feeling, the same idea. But I didn't. I watched it because I'm a completionist, I guess. All right, 28, Call of the Night. I love Call of the Night, but it is just kind of your average, you know, beautiful looking, I would say, rom com. And then Neon Genesis. I ain't gonna lie, Neon Genesis just wasn't a vibe. Didn't like it. Maybe hot take. I don't know. But I could say there's a steep, like if Call of the Night is 4 stars, Neon Genesis is like 2.5 for me. So yeah, it's a steep decline between 28 to 29. And that's unfortunate. Maybe I need to watch it again, but we'll see. All right. Thank you guys for watching. It's Bad Ideas Production. And I think I answered the question, is anime good? The answer is yes. Anime is good.